Hello everyone! In this video we're going to be talking about a new little laser designator that I got called the Crimson Trace CMR-301. Now I picked this up because, as some of you know, I have a really shitty Amazon laser that just all around sucks. So I decided to get a real upgrade, and for $230 this is what we got. We're going to give you a little bit of an overview, first look, how to install it, and just how it works all together. So without further ado, let's get started. So out of the box you got three main components. You have the laser designator itself, which is a flashlight and a green laser on the left hand side. You have a Picatinny rail mount. I'll explain this in a minute, and obviously you got your little toggle switch there. Now in order to install this you only need one special tool, and that is a 3mm Allen wrench. And of course this little thing is going to go on the 9mm AR, so let's pick a spot on the handguard here and figure it out. Now when you're trying to mount a laser or a light, the first thing you want to do is pick up your AR, your rifle, whatever you're putting it on, and get a feel for how your hand sits on your barrel or on your grip, and go from there. When it comes to me, I kind of have my hand like this, so a good spot would be in front of my fingers there or up on top. Keep in mind I do want to use the toggle switch, so we are going to go ahead and keep that in mind. I may put the toggle switch here, so that means it's either going to go in front of my middle finger here or directly on top. Go ahead and remove any of your barrel obstructions, and don't cut yourself. We're not talking about it. Alright, so the spot I've chosen is going to be around this area on the side. Now the flashlight portion is a bit bulky, but my finger sits about right here, so I'm not worried about it at all. Alright, so to start off, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to need to mount this. So you're going to need a pick rail on the side here. If you already have one on top and that's where you're going to put it, completely skip the part putting on a pick rail. Alright, for this next part, take the mount that it came with. It does say muzzle on it, so point it towards the end of the muzzle. Now, this thing gets clamped on instead of screwed on. So if you look at where it sits on the rail, you got your obvious rail slits there. But one of these sides, this side in particular, has a little cutoff spot. So you're going to want to put this side on first and basically push as hard as you fucking can to get this on your rail. It is a pain in the ass. You'll also want to make sure, I'm going to call them tension screws, you're going to want to make sure those are on there as well. They just sit in these little grooves pretty perfectly. So that one will go on pretty good because it's covered in blood. And they just sit in there. When you put it on, make sure these stay. The easiest way I found to get this on here is to just use a rubber mallet or the back of a screwdriver, hold it like this, and then just give it a good whack. And it should stay on there decently fair. Well, that's a good first impression, but we'll keep going. We'll just get her done. Next thing you're going to do, the Crimson Trace comes with two different sets of screws. You are able to mount this directly on here, but if you want any bit of wiggle room or space to put your hands, you can just put it on a rail like this. You can completely bypass needing this. But just for shits and giggles, we're going to use it anyway. So we're going to get that in place. There are two different lengths of these screws. If you're going to use a rail, you're going to want the short ones because it will go into the mount a lot easier. If you're going to use the long ones, you'll use those for just using the M-lock, and you'll take those little tension inserts out of the plate and use that instead. But we're going to just see how this works out for us. Alright, and the position of that is pretty good. I did notice after tightening down the main bolts on top there, it did tighten up pretty good and it doesn't wiggle around anymore. Alright, the next step is mounting your pressure plate, and this is going to be entirely on your preference. For me, it's going to be up on top, and all you have to do, it's the same deal as this plate on the back for mounting the laser on a rail. So, it's got the same exact setup. And this is actually a lot easier to do, and it's easy to move. Put the one side on, and it snaps right on top. Alright, the final part, if you're going along with the pressure switch here, if you don't feel like using the pressure switch, the power button is just right here. Make sure you have the dial on or off, and it's just a toggle. Lights up, gives you a little laser there. Probably can't see it too well. Let's switch over just to the laser. There it is. But with the pressure plate, You can go ahead and plug that in. We're going to turn that off. So I have found this to be just an absolute pain in the ass. This is especially going to be bad because I fucked up my thumb. So pop that off. It does have a locking mechanism in it, so you'll insert it, twist until it goes in slightly, and then you'll have to push really fucking hard and turn clockwise. There we go. And it's in. God damn, that hurt. Look at that thing. Fuck. And then last but not least, you want to make sure it all works, so go ahead and flip the switch to on. You don't have to push this. So right now I have it on laser and light. If you hold the pressure plate, as long as you hold that button, you'll get light, you'll get laser. As soon as you let go, it turns right off. It does have a toggle, so you can just press it and let go. It'll stay on for you. And that's how you go ahead and install this. This was just something quick I wanted to do. Obviously, I didn't show you how to put in the battery. That is quite self-explanatory. It's the same as any other flashlight. You can just twist this off, you'll put the battery that comes with it in, and that's it. I want to get more used to these, get a lot more reviews going on, so we are going shooting again next weekend, as long as the weather permits us. And we're going to see how that holds up. We're going to see how this gets pushed through. I still have to clean it. Did all right the last range day, which was yesterday. We'll see how that goes. Make sure that runs good. Shoot the Mauser, because that's going to be the main thing. That's going to be $50 for a box of 20 rounds. That's going to be an expensive range day. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it helped if anybody's having issues. It's a cheap, legitimate laser sight, so we'll go from there. It is Crimson Trace. Can't say it's the best, can't say it's the worst. Because there is always this. It did the job, but who cares? So, if you want to see more, subscribe. If you liked the video, please like it. If you didn't, I would rather hear it. I want to be able to fix anything that I'm doing absolutely shit on. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Good night.